The North Carolina Republican Party is the latest to fire a company under investigation on charges of voter fraud. The company, Strategic Allied Consulting, is run by this man, Nathan Sproul. Just last week, the RNC severed all ties to Sproul because instead of registering all voters, the company was allegedly falsifying registrations on behalf of Mitt Romney. NBC's national investigative correspondent Michael Isikoff has been following this story, and he joins us live from Washington. Mike, can you explain why the RNC would appoint this man's company when there were already allegations against him dating back to 2004?
Right. There certainly had been quite a bit of controversy around Mr. Sproul in the past. He'd been accused of voter suppression, of throwing away Democratic registration forms. There are even more recent allegations relating to an electoral scheme in Arizona to allegedly violate election laws by running an independent expenditure campaign on behalf of an attorney general candidate against Mr. Sproul or any of his companies. But they were concerned enough so that when Sproul got hired in just this past June, he acknowledges that he set up a separate company under this name, Strategic Allied Consulting, so that it wouldn't trace back to the other names that he's operated under. Lincoln Strategy Group is the main one. And so it was clear that they were concerned, both he and the RNC. And he says, Sproul told me that he did this at the request of the RNC. So there was clearly concern on both parties' part that some of these past controversies would get some attention if it was known that he was conducting this very major nationwide battleground registration effort on behalf of the RNC.
Because, Mike, I mean, the RNC spent something like $3 million. They were operating in 7 swing states, as I understand it. How wide do you expect this investigation to go? I mean, do you think this man has been operating right across the country in this way?
Well, he's certainly been operating across the country, but as of now, we know of 9 or 10 counties in Florida that have reported irregularities in the registration forms that were submitted by employees of Strategic Allied Consulting. Mainly in Palm Beach is the first one to raise these complaints. They found similar signatures on multiple registration forms. They found registration forms that linked to the home address of a Shell gas station, a Land Rover dealership, all of which has now been reported to both the state attorney and, as of late last week, as of today, actually, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement has begun a statewide inquiry into the registration activities of this firm.
And I'm sure the irony of this, with Republicans condemning voter fraud, is not lost on any of us. NBC News national investigative correspondent Michael Isikoff. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Martin.
Stay with us. The day's top lines are coming up.